Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's video. Long time no see talk, you know what I mean. I've been gone for a while now and I'm so happy to be back. I've been posting videos as frequently as I have been able to for the past few weeks, but I got married and then my laptop broke, so I couldn't get any videos uploaded. So all of that's done now. I'm relaxing, have a new computer, and we're all back to normal. Everything's back to the way that it's supposed to be. So hi, hello. For today's video, we're gonna do this super cute little Halloween card. Now, this is technically my September paper pumpkin redo. I didn't film my paper pumpkin for September because it's pretty basic. It's pretty self-explanatory, as with most of them are, but it wasn't a huge project. You were basically just putting some stickers and labels and stuff on the little tubes. So I decided to go ahead and not waste your guys' time filming that and uploading that and everything. And I figured I'd give you guys some more videos that had card content and stuff. So this is technically my paper pumpkin redo because we are using some of our paper pumpkin supplies. So for this little adorable card here, we're going to be using 4 things from Paper Pumpkin, technically 5, but we're going to be using the twine. We're going to be using the Happy Halloween to You stamp set, or stamp. You could use whichever one you want to use. Obviously, that's just the one that I chose to use. We're going to be using a couple of the little sticker banners that they provided in the kit, as well as one of the little labels that they provided in the kit. So that's all of the stuff from Paper Pumpkin directly. The other items that you're going to need for this project is the cookie cutter Halloween set. Now, I'll give you guys a little spoiler announcement. Next week I will be announcing my first card class, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna start doing some card classes and just see how it goes. I want to be able to give you guys some more content, as well as grow my business and give you guys some of the things that you might want to see. So when I started thinking about all of this, I didn't do any Halloween classes, just because for myself personally, I don't really send Halloween cards to anybody. So I didn't have any use for it in my personal life, and I only ever want to do things that I actually have a use for. So I decided to skip the class, but I did want to throw in at least one Halloween themed card. So we're going to be using the cookie cutter Halloween set, as well as the punch, whatever this is called. Cookie cutter punch? I don't remember. It's called something, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, we're going to be using the punch. These two coordinate together. They do not come together in a bundle in the holiday catalog, but they do coordinate together. I accidentally got this stamp set in wood mounted. It happens. I've done it before. And I didn't want to go through the hassle of exchanging it, so I just kept my wood mount set, but it does also come in clear mount. It doesn't come in photopolymer, just wood mount, just red rubber. So we're going to be using those two, as well as our basic black archival ink. And then for our paper, we are going to be using 2 little pieces of Whisper White. One of them is just a scrap piece of paper, so just big enough to punch our gingerbread man out of there. Actually, he's a skeleton here, but you know what I mean. So just a scrap big enough to cut that out. And then we have this piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. We then have a piece of basic gray, which is cut at 5 inches, or sorry, 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then we have our normal A2 size card base, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is get my little cookie cutter image ready. Now, there are really 3 Halloween images in this one, so you could choose to do any of them. What are the other sentiments that are in this? We have a happy hello to you, no tricks, just treats, something good to eat. So you could also use like the happy hello to you and use a little scarecrow guy. You don't have to do a Halloween card. You can really change this up for whatever you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and just do the skeleton guy again because I really like him. He's super cute. And like I said, I accidentally ordered this in wood and I don't know why. It happens. And Stampin' Up! Is really great about exchanging products for you. They're really easy to work with, but So I knew it wouldn't be any hassle to do it. I just figured I didn't care that much to really change it. So I'm just taking my little skeleton guy and I just stamped him down on our piece of Whisper White, our small piece of Whisper White. And now I'm actually going to do all of my stamping at once. So because the archival ink takes just a second longer to dry, I'm going to do it this way. So we have that little guy. And then I'm going to take one of these tags that came in Paper Pumpkin. I'm going to use the plain ones that has the black on it. There are quite a few. Let me see if I can find them. There are a couple different sheets. So these have images on them. These are just completely blank. I like the blank one, so that's what I'm going to use. But if you wanted to do one that has an image on it, of course, go ahead. You can change this and make this whatever you want. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to grab my basic black ink again. I have my little sentiment already mounted on my acrylic block. And I'm just going to ink this up and stamp it down. Perfect. And now I am done with all of the stamping, so I can for sure put my basic black away now. This is a really easy card, guys. This is not going to take very long at all to do. So what I'm going to do now that our ink has had a little bit of time to set, and you know what? I probably made this piece of paper too small. That's one thing about this punch that you have to be a little conscious about, is you want to have your paper long enough where you can still have some room to grab and wiggle it around. I totally forgot about that. So this one, I can probably position it in there good enough. Let me see if I can get that in there. That's pretty good. We'll just use this one. But that's one thing to think about, is to make sure that you make your paper big enough to where you can maneuver it around. But I made that work, so we're all good. Okay, next up, I'm going to set our two little stamped images off to the side so that we can start preparing our card base for where we're going to put our all of our images on. So I'm going to take my piece of basic gray, and I'm going to take two of these banner stickers. And I'm actually going to start with one of them. And I need to find my scissors. And I'm going to cut the banner part off. So there's a line. These are obviously stripes. So I'm just going to cut some of the stripes off so that I get a nice, clean, straight line. Since I don't really need the banner, I'm not going to be utilizing it as a banner. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to butt this edge up right up against my piece of basic gray, making it as straight as I can. It's about, I don't know, an inch maybe from the bottom. And then I'm going to take my second one and I'm going to line it up right next to the one that I just put down, and I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut off the extra just like that. So you can keep this. This is totally reusable. It's still sticky. There's nothing wrong with it. We just didn't particularly need that portion. So now that we have that, I'm going to take our twine, and you see that this is doubled up here. When we put our little banner down, you're actually not going to see it. That's the beauty of this. I plan these things out, guys, I promise. So now we're going to take our twine that came in our Paper Pumpkin kit, and I just like to kind of unravel it a little bit from the spool just so that I have some room to work. And I'm going to take it and tape it on the back. Now this is totally random and completely up to you how you want to do this. I like to kind of go crazy and not really think about it when I'm doing this part. So you just want to do a few crisscross lines just like that, and then tape it down on the back and snip it off from the spool, and then you have this. So you can see the two, my sample card definitely varies from this one, but that's the beauty of it, is that this you can really crisscross and all that kind of stuff, and it's really fun to do. And I like it that it looks kind of like a spider web, which kind of goes with the whole Halloween-y thing. I planned that, guys, I promise. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and start assembling our card. I'm going to take our little skeleton man, and I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to use a couple dimensionals to pop him up. I definitely recommend using dimensionals when you are putting something onto twine. dimensionals or fast fuse, just because you never know where exactly he's going to, actually, hang on. I'm going to hold off on putting him on for just a second. I'm gabbing too much that I can't remember what I'm doing. So putting dimensionals on, it definitely sticks a little bit better to the twine and stuff. So that's why I do that. But you can use whatever you want. If you want to adhere them down with fast fuse or with some snail, go for it. I just choose to use dimensionals. So while I'm talking, I'm just put a little bit of snail on the back of my little sentiment, my little greeting piece, and I'm just going to center it. The reason I want to do this first is because I want to make sure that my skeleton guy isn't too far up or too far down on my card. I really want to center him up with the other pieces, so just like that. And now we're almost done. I'm going to flip this guy over and just put some adhesive on the back of this. You don't need a ton because it's a flat piece, and there we go. And we're going to put this onto our Whisper White piece. Center it as best as possible. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I'm trying to do my best. Okay. There's that. And I'm actually going to flip this over. I'm going to use some more dimensionals. Where did I just put them? There they are. And I'm going to use the dimensionals to pop this piece up onto our card base. Just because it gives it a little bit more texture. It's a little more fun, I feel like. And I use a lot of dimensionals because I'm crazy. And honestly, guys, these are literally cost pennies. I think it's $4 and you get 300 and something of them. So you really are, and you're really not spending a ton of money. I would say go ahead and buy yourself a couple packs of dimensionals, and they're really, really worth it. They're really worth the investment. I've seen people use like the foam and stuff from rubber and wood mounted stamps for dimensionals. I mean, I guess it's good to have that kind of stuff on hand if you ever needed it in a pinch, but I just feel like, you know, just don't go and get a Starbucks coffee one day and buy yourself a pack of dimensionals. I mean, I personally think that sounds like a fantastic idea. Okay, so now enough of my gabbing as usual. I'm going to just put that down there. And we have our card for today, guys. He's a super cute little skeleton. And again, you could use any of the images from the stamp set. You could even use a different stamp set if you wanted to and just keep the same basic design. I think either way it would look awesome. And it's super cute and super easy, as you guys just saw. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, I am going to be doing some card classes. This was kind of, I wasn't planning on like announcing that in this video. So that's kind of just a little teaser. But look out, next week I will be uploading a full video talking about what exactly that means, what I'm going to be doing for it, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys later. Bye!